situated. Is it raining again? Hey Peyton, what's up? How are you? Oh. Hi Marlene. Thank you. I'm doing okay. Doing good. What's up? My coffee's so good, but it made like a skin on there. But I think from I've been using heavy whipping cream instead of half and half, and it makes it so good. So yeah, I'm Aphrodite Rose Starfire. Welcome to my channel. Woo! About ready to burst right here. So I wanted to talk about some prophetic dreams that I had over the last couple days. And having lots of synchronicities. I almost made a video about it right after I had it, but you know how things go with making videos, but it actually tied right in line with the Tree of Knowledge channel, Sonia. She posted a video December 1st, and this was a dream. No, she posted it November 30th, and this dream I had the morning of November 30th. And her video is about the merkaba and how she had this vision about the top of the pyramid and how it's like, which is the Kaaba, or but the merkaba has this like stick that you put into it to like a key that's a stick, and then there's like a pad that a person stands on, and they have to have a certain DNA code for the whole ship to activate and to operate. And she was talking about how it like lines up with the I think it was Venus and the moon, and then that will create like a hole in the firmament. And it's like I had just had this dream about the hole in the firmament, and like I knew I was the person that has the code to drive this vehicle. Hey Tinfoil Hatter, what's up? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so anyways, this is my dream I had. It was nighttime, and I was like on like a coastal town, and I looked up over the ocean into the night sky, and way off in the distance over the ocean there was a rectangle, like a TV set that was way off in the distance up in the sky, the top of the sky. And it was like a rectangle, and it was a picture of like if a drone was flying over like a resort in Bora Bora or in Tahiti. It was two little tropical islands, little resort islands, and they had like little like resorts on them. Two of them, two little small circle islands in this like very turquoise, azul, like super like clear turquoise blue water. But it was but it was like if you were watching TV, it was like a drone footage of it looking straight down onto these two resort islands. But again, it was like this TV was up, like at the in the firmament, basically up over the ocean. Like, I don't know if you ever gone to the dentist and the TVs are upside down in the ceiling, and so that when you're laying on your back, you know, getting worked on, you're looking at the TV. It was like that, but it was in the sky. So in my dream, I'm like, I can fly there. Like, I should go there. Like, that's the hole in the firmament. So I like decide to start flying there. So I start flying there, and as I get closer and closer, now as I get closer to the rectangle in the sky, it's like I'm approaching it from the bottom. Now I'm in like my mother's old bedroom. When my mom and dad divorced and she moved out into her own house, it was in her bedroom, and it was nighttime and it was dark and it was barely dimly lit, and there was like this swirling energy around her bed. And so I like walked into the bedroom, and now the TV screen was over her bed in the ceiling, and playing on the TV screen, it looked like a music video from the 1990s, like a grunge video, and it was like an old Nirvana video where the color is like a sepia color filter. It's like a kind of a bronzy gold filter. And it was this woman with like a gauzy dress, like a gauzy white dress that was like all feathery, but it was tight. And all, like, this was in the TV screen over the bed. All you could see was just so, and just like from here to here. And over her torso, there was flashing images. It was like a projector was flashing different images on her belly. And so like I'm swirling around my mom's bed, and I'm getting closer to this image of this woman with the flashing images on her belly. I can't see the face or anything, and I'm like, I don't know, like I didn't think I should go into the image anymore. Then like back before when it was the two islands, I was like debating whether I should go to it, because I knew once I got closer, the firmament would flip, the poles would shift, and then I would once I got close enough to the image, I would get sucked in and then like fall down into that realm, like free fall down, because it would be like the atmosphere of that realm. So anyways, yeah, so when I got closer and it turned into the woman's torso with the flashing images over my mom's old bedroom, I just kind of like, it was kind of like Poltergeist vibes, like the movie Poltergeist, where it's like the rooms are dimly lit and there's like this portal and like this swirling energy, and like there was like a wind, and it just like gave me like bad vibes, and then I woke up. So then that day I watched the video of Sonia, and of course I woke up, it reminded me of the Truman Show. Like I immediately thought of the Truman Show and how, you know, he got to the edge of the firmament and then there was like that rectangle door. Cause it was like a perfect rectangle. And it was like almost like a TV screen. And then the next night, so I think this was the night of the 1st, I went to bed. The last thing I watched was that guy saying it's like Thunderbolt University or Thunderbolt, and he talks about, it's like he's like a lecturer, professor. I think his name is like Ken McCullen. It's like Ken, and then his last name is MC. But he does these very like educated presentations. I think he tours, he's very well regarded about knowing about those ancient hieroglyphics and in the Grand Canyon and like the Thunderbolt and the Kachina, like that kind of stuff. think it's Thunderbolt University, or you guys probably know what I'm talking about, the Thunderbolt. So the last thing I watched was one of his videos, and it was a little bit different because normally he has like PowerPoint lectures, but this one, I think it might have been a PowerPoint lecture, but then at the end, he was displaying some objects that he had, and they were these actual spiritual tablets that I was talking about in my last video about how YouTube is your tomb, and I was talking about how in Egypt they had these permanent spiritual offering tablets that you would pour the water over and collect the water, and then that was like when you poured the water over the carved out apples and the carved out grain, that like spiritually put the apples and the grain to your loved one or whatever. And then if you drank the water, sometimes the like boards would have like pictures of the gods and like strength, and you would pour the water over it, collect the water and drink it, and then you'd get that power. And it was called a libation, the water, when you poured it over that clay tablet. Anyways, this guy from Thunderbolt, forgive me, I think it's Thunderbolt University, he was displaying objects in his home, and it was like this old Egyptian, it had like this seal that looked like a Star of David kind of thing from like Indiana Jones, like a key. He pulled it out, flipped it over, and it was like all hieroglyphic, cuneiform, you know, one of these tablets, but it had aliens on it, and like a guy with like a tentacle face, and it had hieroglyphics on it. And then it like opened up even further, and there was like another clay tablet with like other kinds of aliens and like a spaceship machine kind of thing. And so I wrote him a comment, and I'm like, have you ever poured water over this? Like, and drink the water? Like, I think if you poured water over this and drank the water, something would happen. And he responded. I should post the response, but he was like, he's like, the first thing I showed, he's like, I think it's for blood. He knew that it was like a blood collector. And he said like if he was pure of heart and really desperate, he might try pouring water over it and drinking it. But he said he hadn't done it. But anyways, that was the last thing I did before I went to bed. I had other dreams like before and after this one, but this dream I had, I mean, in the same night. I was at my dad's house, and it was nighttime, and I was there, like my dad and my stepmom were there, but they were like inside the house, but it was like they were not like involved. And then I was there with Dimitri, and I knew the aliens were coming. Like, I think there was it was nighttime, and there was like lightning, I think, on the outside, and like shaking and loud booms. And I knew immediately, it was like, this is it. This is the alien invasion. So like I had a plan to go out my dad's like office patio and then go up on the roof. That was my plan, was to go up on the roof, because I knew like the aliens wouldn't think to look for me there or something. Hey, stop it. This is a no. You are distracting. Yeah, I'm being mischievous. No. Now I have cat ass on my head. Excuse me. Excuse me. He's never done that before. Okay, so I knew that the aliens were coming. So I'm like, I have a plan. I have a plan of where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna like, so I'm like trying to get, you know, things are like moving slower than I want inside the house. So I go into like my dad's bedroom, and Dimitri's already in there, but the lights are like, all the lights are on inside the house. And so I'm just like, turn off the lights, turn off the lights. Why haven't you turned off the lights? And as I'm like saying this giant, it looked like a Top Gun fighter jet. It was moving really slowly. It flies right through my dad's backyard, and it like hovers there, and all of these alien like three aliens jump off the jet onto the backyard hill. And so I'm like, turn off the lights, turn off the lights. And so at this point, I realized like I have to do another plan, like going out the back patio window is not going to work. So I have to go back into the house and go maybe out the front door or something. So I'm like pulling Dimitri, and we're like running out the bedroom. And at this point, the alien is already like hopped onto the outdoor patio ledge. And it's like I'm moving in slow motion, and the alien is moving. It's like he's just appearing closer and closer. And the alien, it looked like it was like about 5 foot tall. It was wearing a suit. It was really like a space suit. It was really skinny. It was kind of like the aliens from Mars Attacks, but they were a little bit bigger than the Mars Attacks aliens, but it had kind of like the skinny little body. But it had regular arms and legs, but they were really skinny, and it had a backpack, and it was holding like a gun. But the head, it looked kind of like the mask from the movie Scream, the Scream mask, where it was like a big kind of like head here, and then it had a really long kind of chin, and then like big insect kind of eyes. And so like I'm like running, Dimitri and I are like running out the bedroom door. I'm like, come on. And so the alien's like outside on the ledge, and then it's all of a sudden inside the bedroom. And as it's happening, like I'm like inside my head, I'm like thinking about how it's going to like knock me unconscious, and I don't want to wait. Like how I'm thinking I'm going to wake up on the operating room table, like they're going to like take my organs and stuff. And so I'm like thinking about that, and I'm like just wake up. And then because it was like I knew like the next time I saw it, it was already like it was going to knock me unconscious, so like I wasn't going to have another chance to see it. Like I would just wake up wherever it was going to wake me up. But I ended up waking up in my bed. Like I woke up, that woke me up from the dream. So I I described the alien to Dimitri, and this is what he drew. Well, first it was this guy, and then he added the rest. But this is not what he looked like. He kind of looked, this part, he did look like this, but the head, he didn't have this part. This is what I ended up drawing it myself. I was like, this is what he looked like. That's what his head looked like. But the ship that they came in was like an American Top Gun fighter jet. And I just watched this video that they, Shaking My Head Productions, that they just released a new stealth, like Raider jet to be part of the Air Force fleet today, or it was December 2nd. And I was like to Dimitri, I was like, that's the jet. But I was like, that, it was like this, it looked a little bit like an older Top Gun jet, but it was flying really, really slow, and that's what the aliens jumped off of. It wasn't like a UFO. It was like a Tom Cruise Top Gun fighter jet. Yeah, oh, and then I'm going to talk about Neuralink. So thanks everybody for joining. Let me look at what you guys are saying. You just heard about her channel last night. Is she good? Oh, you're talking about Sonia, the Tree of Knowledge? Yeah, she's really good. I kind of, she is definitely tapping in. Oh, hi, Ann Pearson. How are you? You changed your name, Orphan Annie. Long time no talk. Yeah, I feel like her intentions and her heart are in the right place. I just don't know if she fully knows where her information comes from. Like, I feel like she has a lot of unevaluated personal trauma, like, and you could tell that in how she talks. Like, is she over, like, just she's just a very positive person. But she's been through a lot with her ex-husband, or she's still going through a divorce. But she grew up on all these military bases and stuff, and it's like, I don't really think she questions too much. She just asks the universe, and she just gets these like really detailed messages. But I don't really know if she's really gone deep and like figured out who she's talking to, where she's getting this information, how she's been able to do it. So that's not to say her information's incorrect. But it does feel like she's coming from a good place, but I do think that her information is possibly coming from a malevolent place, but she just is not aware of it. But that's just the read I get on it. I don't like anybody that like blindly supports like people like Archaics and like people that are super sus and they kind of just write it off, you know, that kind of is a red flag for me. But it seems like that's kind of a pattern in her own life, that she kind of overlooks some big red flags. So, you know, everybody has their own path and stuff, but you just kind of have to like look at everybody's life, the people that you're getting information from, and like look at their life and what they've been through and what they're sharing with you, and kind of like see like where that information is coming from. Is it coming from their own life experience? Is it coming from some connection with like another realm? Like, are they actually communicating with like a named entity? Is it like their own personal intuition? Is it like some psychic ability that was caused by trauma? Like, can they pinpoint the trauma? Can they pinpoint when they gain the ability? So these are all things to really think about. And like, people just vibe with who you vibe with. Like, I sync with people that I necessarily don't agree with everything on. But right now it seems like everybody's really like, the people I'm watching are like clicking with the symbology and the things that I'm seeing. And of course, you know, Anna from Mind Forward. But yeah, okay, go back to the comments. So Sonia from Tree of Knowledge also really likes Gary Warmerdam. She's done interviews with the Palladian healer, Laura. I haven't seen her. She hasn't done anything for a while, the Palladian healer. Hi, True Dan Show, Dan. Yeah, I was talking about dreams. Tinfoil Holler says, how can you stand to be in California? You don't even feel that, huh? It's sick. The price of medicine. Stand up will put you on your feet. And oh, thanks. Dan says, I've been having amazing flying dreams. A dream I was going to meet Jesus. I can't see a lot of your comment. It gets cut off. Something, it says D. See him, but it wasn't. Oh, didn't see him, but it was a nice dream. Yeah, I've been having lots of flying dreams too. Yeah, like, even flying dreams where I'm like picking up other people and flying them. Tinfoil Adder says, I met Trump in a dream once, needed to borrow a 10 bob. He said, hey, I have a meeting, but we can talk about it later, okay? And I was like, heck yes, sir, thanks, man, wow. And then I woke up. That's cool. Dan says, yep, we are living a Truman Show. Tinfoil Hatter, I had one with Trump offering a gift card to his steakhouse, and I won it. Marlene says, I agree. Tinfoil Hatter says, he was so kind and considerate, though. He almost just gave me the money. I was impressed. Well, you know they put inserted dreams, so, like, if they thought you were on the fence for voting for something and, like, hey, let's put a nice Trump dream in there. Revel to expand, hello, says, that reminds me of Jacob pouring oil over the stone after seeing his vision. Yeah. What was this vision? Was that like the sacrifice? I don't know like all of the Bible like by heart. You don't sleep long enough to dream, Marlene. Oh no. Yeah, I've been waking up a lot at night too, and like having to like get up and get a drink of water, you know, kind of like reset my mind, even just turning on the phone and watching something for like 5 minutes and then going back to sleep. Tinfoil Hatter says, dreams, they say, are made of emotion. Well, I don't know, but I say love is kind, huh? You think that people might have had enough of this lady? Dashboard confessions, no way, Jose. I need more sessions, huh? Hi, digging it. Fuzzy quality internet, shaky all over seams. Oh, am I buffering? Sorry. It's been raining here. Hi, Bokarak. I read you say we're gods someplace. Could you expand? Question. I read you say we're gods someplace. Could you explain? Could you expand? Or maybe a video explaining what you mean. Warning. Planes flying, dropping bombs all over. Yeah. I've had a lot of plane crash dreams, but not recently. Hi, Luxor. Do you all think this is leading to something, or is it just a bunch of random events? Do you think the living souls are going to have some major breakthrough that is useful, or just a distraction? I think it's fear tactics. I don't think we have anything to be afraid of. Bokrek, and this ties into the Neuralink stuff. Bokrek, we're gods because this is like a place of our creation. I believe that there's another larger realm outside of this, and we're inside of some kind of like flask alchemical dome. We're inside of like a condenser distiller right now, and we know that we exist out of this place because we can conceive of it. If we couldn't think about the nature of us being outside of this realm, then it wouldn't be possible. So just the fact that we can consider it possible means possible, and it is, and it exists. But yeah, that's all what the movies point to, is that, you know, the I am consciousness, that you are God, the body and blood of Christ is within you. That's what Christ wanted you to realize. And I think what most religions hold as the secret is that the actual purpose of the religion and church is unnecessary because God is within you. So you are God. It's all perspective. But it's basically if you want to control or be controlled, versus taking your responsibility for your own will. Sammy, he's like put himself into this teeny little space. So, Neuralink, I watched the Neuralink presentation. I didn't watch the whole thing because it would have been totally pointless to continue watching that. I stopped watching when Elon Musk signed it over to his younger protege guy. He looked like he was like um, a it was a young man that he handed over to talk. But typical Elon Musk presentation, it was super low rent. Like they made you wait forever before they started. The graphics were Matrix-esque, and he said that these were actual readings. He's always this tongue-in-cheek jokes while he's talking, this dry sense of monotone. Oh, I'm just like an idiot savant. Oh, that looks like the Matrix, but it really isn't. Those green strands are actually brain waves that are happening simultaneously. So that's your brain communicating. It's not the Matrix. But he showed this video of his baboon monkey experiments. He doesn't really give any like results of the experiments, just saying that they were successful. And he showed this video of he like doesn't really explain what you're looking at, but it's like this baboon, and it's holding on to a straw, and in front of the straw is connected to this monitor, and on the monitor is a game of Pong being played. The ball bouncing forth in the little paddles, and the little monkey is just holding its mouth to this straw. And Elon Musk is like talking over, he's just standing. The whole presentation is just like a black curtain, black stage, and like a monitor, and Elon Musk with his microphone in a black t-shirt, black pants. So he's like mumbling over, making jokes about Neuralink taking over the world. Like he makes jokes about, AI taking over, so we might as well join him, kind of stuff. But he's like, oh well, right now what you're watching is this monkey is telepathically playing Pong. And then he's like, well, of course, we have the monkeys that can play Pong regularly with the console, but this one's playing telepathically because he has the Neuralink. And it's like, it goes on, and he's like, what? And I'm very certain that this will be able to restore vision in humans, and let people who can't walk again. And we are very confident in moving to humans, and we would not put any danger. We would not do something unethical, la 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 la. And it's like, what? You're not even showing anything, like any scientific brain with a mouth with it holding a straw to its mouth. First of all, I've never seen a monkey playing. He didn't prove that to me, first of all. Second of all, if the monkey's playing the Pong thing telepathically, what is this straw contraption that it's sucking on or blowing into? What is that thing? He didn't explain what that thing is. If he's doing it telepathically, why is there the straw thing? Is that like a reward for doing it correctly? Or like, is he doing breathing? Like, he didn't explain what that thing is. So I'm like, okay. So for all intents and purposes, it looked like the straw thing was giving the monkey treats, so it stays in position in front of the screen, and the screen's just playing a regular animated game of Pong that the monkey does not have any tie to whatsoever, but the monkey is just staying there because it's getting treats through the straw. That's what I saw. Secondly, if you're going to make claims that the Neuralink is going to cure blindness, cure disabilities, then you have to show that in your animal models. You show a disabled monkey that can't walk, you put in the Neuralink, and now the monkey's walking. You show a blind monkey, a monkey where they've genetically cut out the vision or whatever, or they do knockout rats where they knock out, like they genetically knock out the optical nerve, or they genetically knock out the cones and rods in the retina. And then you put in the Neuralink in the rat. Oh, now the rat can see. Oh, put the Neuralink in the monkey. Oh, now the monkey can see. Then you say, oh, now because we can cure blindness in monkeys and cure blindness in knockout rats, we can do this in humans. He didn't show any of that. He showed a monkey he said was telepathically playing a Pong game. So I don't know where these like total leaps of like deduction of, oh, and I don't even think he showed the monkey telepathically playing Pong either. So it's a total charade. He did all these like inside jokes of like he did with the car in space where he says it looks, you know, it's real because it looks so fake, like stuff like that. He says these things over and over again. And it's just like the hidden in plain sight garbage. It doesn't do anything. It is a recipe for lobotomy. Neuralink is a sanctioned lobotomy. People who sign up for this are getting lobotomized. It is a hole in your head, stick in the tube, scramble the brains. They did not show any monkeys that were in wheelchairs that are now walking. Monkeys with the stick and the seeing eye dog, now they can see. They did not show that. But people are so dumb. They are so dumb. The same thing, I got cut off of this SpaceX feed. I think I might have said this on another video. One of the last SpaceX launches, it was live and I was in the chat room and the rocket was going. And then you see the rocket go like this. And then it starts going down. And then I'm typing like, we're actually watching the rocket fall to Earth right now. And then they cut the feed and then insert the feed of now we have the GoPro images on the sides of the rocket, and we're on the sides of the rocket with the GoPro and we're looking back down at Earth, and now they're like breaking away the capsule and stuff. It's like, why didn't we see this feed on the side of the rockets while it was shooting up? Like they just cut to, so I put in cut to animation, and they like blocked me immediately on the chat. But it was just like, you like literally watch it go up and then go down, and then they cut the feed and then insert animation of in space. And people believe it. And it was like, you actually saw the rocket start going down. Woo! And then I watched the Jeff Bezos one. I thought was really different because I think that might actually be real footage. I think the rocket actually went up way farther than Elon Musk's rocket or whatever they show, because they had those guys in the capsule and it was following this, 20-something guy, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to space, blah, 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 and he brings the camera in, and the Jeff Bezos rocket, they're like strapped in, it shoots up, and then they become weightless and they unstrap. And he's like, they're like, oh, look out the window, film out the window. And he goes to the window, and then he's filming the Earth, and then they come back down. He gets out, and all the friends are there, like, yeah, cheering and stuff. And they're like, I have to ask you, man, is the Earth flat? And he's like, I can tell you 100% it's not flat. Ha ha ha! Saw for myself. It's round. But the whole thing is that in the video with the GoPro, while he's has the film and he's like going out to look in the window, you could see it's flat. And as he gets closer to the window, it goes round because he's using a super fisheye lens on his GoPro. And so, but I think it was actually, they actually shot up and were actually above the Earth, because it was that black with like the flat that you see with the high altitude balloons. So I think he was actually up there, but it ended up looking round, but it totally warps as he gets closer to the window because it's just a fisheye lens, just like everything else we see. But then he comes down. So I think he actually went up there and filmed a flat plane, but then it just morphed it to a fisheye lens round ball that we all like go, oh, it's proof. So yeah, but Elon Musk, he doesn't even get up that high. They just cut to like animation footage. So yeah, that's about it. Hey Abel, what's up? Lori Pleading Healer got scrubbed. Oh no, she got banned. Oh, I'll have to check out her new channel. That sucks. There are no monkeys, only the illusion of monkeys in the mind matrix. Yes. Yeah, the 12 monkeys. It's all a facade. I don't even think these monkeys are getting holes drilled into their head. They just are, they just put a band-aid on their head and then set them up with a straw, giving them like treats. And then the monkey will stay there watching the screen. And, oh, he's telepathically moving the ball, like the video game ball that we just showed you an animation that we made on the computer. But that's it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go.